In this video, you will learn how and why healing works, and most importantly, how to allow it to happen for you. And first, let's start with basics. So, healing is our natural state. We're made to heal naturally. And the question comes up, why doesn't it happen? Like, why don't we heal? Why do we have disease in the first place? Well, we have disease because we're off our natural state and we basically get in our own way to basically disable healing, as simple as this. And the most powerful way how to explain how healing and actually disease creation, because both healing and disease is creations and we can create whatever we want. And the most powerful way how to explain how and why it happens is through epigenetics. And epigenetics talks about our body on a cellular level. So basically, our cells are not aware of environment as such. So they don't know what's happening. Is it war outside? If it's peace? Is it hugs? They don't know exactly what's happening, but they do know how we feel about it. So, and this is very powerful because our body doesn't know, are we in danger because it's cold outside, or there's no real danger because we feel good about the cold, we're enjoying it. So there's actually a lot of evidence showing to us that how we relate to external environment largely depends on how we feel about it. And our feeling is what the cells in our body experience. They don't know anything about actual things, like going on a stage. Our body doesn't know whether it's good, bad, neutral, nothing. All it knows is how we relate to it. And for us to heal, we need to feel good. And I have this saying, feel good equals heal good. And that's all it is. If we don't feel good, then instead of creating healing, we're creating dis-ease. And the word disease already says everything. Dis-ease. So lack of state of ease creates dis-ease. So we need this balance of feeling good to allow us to heal. And as I mentioned, for us to really allow ourselves to heal and be healthy and be in regenerational state is mostly, for most of us, it means where do we put our focus? Where do we put our attention? What's the story we're telling about ourselves? What's the perspective? An example before I'm going on stage. So what's the story I'm telling myself, either consciously or subconsciously? Because often we have subconscious beliefs that tells a story that if I go up on the stage, mess up, I will be rejected and I will die. It basically does the story what's happening in subconscious. Most people don't go as far as death. They just see, oh, I'm going to be rejected, I will feel bad, I don't want to experience that, let me not do that. So they stop at the fear level. But essentially, why would you fear anything? Well, you fear anything because you fear of death. Essentially, that's the biggest fear for most people. And so basically, yeah, it's where do you send your focus, what's the story, and what's your perspective. And your perspective is whether it's going to be something good or going to be something bad. Is it something for me or it's something that works against me? So that's how it works. That's why healing works, because how our body is naturally designed to not to know what's happening outside. It's about how do we actually feel about it. So how do we actually heal ourselves? I already touched upon a major tenet is that to heal good, I need to feel good. And that's actually it. There's nothing more. If you apply that to a deep core level, then that's it. You don't need to watch this video anymore. You're done. If you want to get more deeper, more understanding how to apply it and how it would apply in your life, then keep on watching. So that's all it is. Me feeling harmony within is what enables healing. And harmony comes in many different shapes and flavors. And before we go into how harmony can and will look like for you, let's go into lots of how it would actually, how does it look like? How how would it apply to your life? And there's been many recovery examples I've heard for many occasions, and many people disagree, and I have this like magic formula, magic recipe of how the healing actually works. And they say, I did this and that happened, I had this cancer, I did that, and healing happened. And many people come up with many stories how and what worked with them. However, what I've discovered, there's this one major common thread in whatever worked for them. Whatever they did, there is one major thread. And as I said, that one major thread is feeling harmony within. And for example, I've heard many people who have healed cancer and many other, as they call them, terminal diseases, through allowing themselves to do what they love. So many people get into this really bad state, really low, no energy, on a deathbed. Because why? Because they feel stuck in their life, they don't have any purpose, and they don't allow themselves to do what they truly love to do. And then suddenly they realize, okay, I have a few days left, a few years left, or few months left, few weeks, whatever the time frame, and they finally allow themselves to enjoy their life. And they go so deep into enjoying their life that they heal themselves spontaneously. Why? How? Through feeling good, by allowing themselves to do what they truly want to do, and by removing the part in themselves which said that I'm not allowed to do that, I cannot do that, there's no point of doing that. So basically, by allowing yourself to do what you love to do is one of the biggest gifts you can give to yourself. And if you see any disease coming up to you, then ask yourself, am I doing enough of what I love to do? Especially if you follow human design. In human design, you have generators. Generators can literally heal almost anything by doing enough of the things they love to do. So another example for recovery is laughter therapy. Just by laughing a lot, and I don't mean just laughing once in a while, I mean when you go really deep into it, laughter means being really happy and laughing most of the time. That can be a job on its own, to get yourself in a state of laughter and really going so deep into it that you forget everything else. And at that point, your body is allowed to heal. Because instead of holding on to your past beliefs, traumas, whatever caused the dis-ease, you're now in a state of ease through laughter. So how, why? Again, harmony within. Your body doesn't know epigenetics. It doesn't know what's happening. It just knows, I feel good. So if I feel good, I can be at ease. And that means I can release this ease. Another powerful technique many people apply is gratitude. Again, gratitude is just a simple way how say, I'm appreciative of what's ever happening, I'm in harmony. Gratitude is one of the most powerful, one of the easiest accessible emotion and feeling for healing. And what are your options when it comes to healing? Well, what I love is David Hawkins' map of consciousness. When we look at map of consciousness, it's many levels. And I could give a lecture, workshop on map of consciousness on its own, but what I really want you to know about map of consciousness is that how to apply it for healing is true quality, quantity, and spirit of energy. And quality of energy is basically where you put yourself into this spectrum. And you can relate to where you know where you are in a spectrum by the name of it, by feeling, like quantitatively. How do you feel? What would be your feeling on a scale from 1 to 10 or 1 to 1,000? Maybe how it feels. Maybe your perspective of life. Do you feel like hopeful or hopeless? Do you feel harmonious? Do you feel meaning? Or maybe how you feel, how do you see God? Or do you actually believe in God? And if you don't believe in God, that could be more like denying that the God exists. That would be desire state, craving state. So you can look at this graph and really meditate, contemplate it, and by seeing where you are in a state, you kind of understand where you're at in a level of consciousness. And aim is to improve the quality of your consciousness, raise the frequency, make it more in harmony. So quality is how harmoniously you feel. And let me scratch that. You don't need the map of consciousness to know how you feel. You intuitively know how you feel. The better you feel, the better quality and the better healing happens. So the second aspect is quantity. How intense is the feeling? So more intense is the harmonious feeling, the more faster and intense is the healing. The more intense is the low quality, low vibration feeling, the faster is decay and basically disease. So basically, quantity is how fast you're moving along the track. Are you moving fast towards healing, or you're moving fast towards disease and death? And finally is spirit of energy. And energy, I mean, is how it feels, emotion, because emotion is energy in motion. And spirit is how you relate to your experience. So it's kind of a top level. So I feel grateful. I feel tiny bit grateful. So quality would be I feel grateful, quantity would be tiny bit grateful, and spirit would be how do I relate to me feeling just a tiny bit grateful, because I can feel gratitude and relate to it as being bad and condemn myself for not feeling grateful enough. Or I can say I feel grateful enough. So basically, how do you relate to your experience? And that would be spirit of energy. And why this disease? So there's many diseases, and sometimes it's very useful to go into treating specific disease. And how I love to do it is seeing it as link between my emotions and body. So certain emotions go into certain places, certain organs in your body. There's a link, very definitive link, and people have studied this. Especially Chinese medicine has studied a lot. They have lots of knowledge about this, and Louise Hay has studied a lot. So I recommend Louise Hay book, You Can Heal Your Life. In this book, you can literally go through the list of diseases, symptoms basically. Is it cough? Is it pain in this part of the body? So basically you have lots of symptoms. And going through the list of symptoms, you will know what is the emotion that is causing this. So is it anger? Is it grief? So what is it that's causing it? Because you don't want to just treat a symptom, you want to acknowledge the energy creating disease. And energy creating disease is emotion. And Louise Hay allows you to intellectually understand what is that energy. So you can shortcut and acknowledge, do I have grief? Yeah, I do have grief. Or, for example, if you have a tooth problems, usually it's related to decisions or indecision. So you can ask yourself, am I indecisive somewhere in my life? And boom, you know definitive answer. Oh yeah, maybe I have been indecisive in going to the dentist, for example. Very simple. You don't have to put too much woo-woo in there, but it works that way. Or maybe you've been indecisive on going to the gym. Maybe you've been indecisive something else. So basically, it is as simple as that. And what I love about Louise Hay's book, she's very simple because every healing comes through love. So basically, there's only one medicine, and that's love. And it's very simple. Yes, you can discover how you got there, you can discover what's disease, but at the end of the day, everything gets healed through self-love and self-acceptance, which is allowing yourself to feel love, which is there already, naturally. So it's very simple, very effective, and easier to apply. Because once you have your mind on board, it's easier to follow through your heart. Because your mind knows this is what needs to do. This is the way. And finally, so why this specific disease? Louise Hay say that this should be happening, but I have something else. So one thing to understand about body is that whatever's happening in your body, you will always see the symptoms on the weakest link in your body. And we have astrology can talk a lot about it. Is basically it can predict where will be your weakest links in your body. And you already know. If you watch this video, I assume you're old enough to understand that and see the patterns in your life. So what are your weak links in your body? So where are the places where you need to really protect yourself? Because those will be the places where you experience disease when the stress comes into your life. Where disease comes to your life, these would be the areas where disease will manifest. So it's simple as that. So yes, you can abuse your body through using substances, and it may not show up as many people as damaging, for example, liver or kidneys. It would show up somewhere else, and it will show up where the weakest link is for you. Now, the medicine. So many people have this idea, let me just pop this pill and it will heal me. Well, maybe, maybe not. So two aspects is one, that all plants are medicine. And other thing is that whatever plant you use or not use, it may be overridden by placebo or nocebo effect. Basically, which says, as you believe, so it shall be done unto you. So basically, on a top level, it's more about what you believe will happen. It's your belief that dictates whether this medicine will work or not, to a large degree. And then it's at the end of the day, it's about the balance. How strong and deep-rooted is your belief, and how strong is the medicine? So it's not like a black and white thing. It's like, oh, if I believe it, then I don't need medicine, or other way around, if I have medicine, then it doesn't matter what the belief is. No, it's a scale. It's always a scale. And it's matter of how strong is the medicine, how frequent is the medicine, how you allow yourself to consume the medicine, and your belief. So it's always a balance and scale. So how much, what do I believe? How strong is the belief? How do I relate to belief? And what is the medicine? How do I feel about it? And how do I relate to it? And when it comes to plants, I want to give you a quote from As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Change of diet will not help a man who will not change his thoughts. When a man makes his thoughts pure, he no longer desires impure foods. And this is something I've related deeply, because as I changed my diet, I purified my mind. And as I purified my mind, it was easy for me to change diet. So it doesn't really matter where you start in this circle, but if you don't change your mind, it doesn't matter how much you change your diet. Because your body is servant of your mind. And because your mind is on top, yes, you can try to help your mind to change the purified, but if it doesn't change your mind, it will not work. It's like why supplements work, why medicine work, because they give your mind opportunity to purify it. It allows influx of energy, it purifies the body, and as the body is purified, the mind is easier time to purify it. And at the same time, it's really hard to purify your mind if your body is toxic at that moment, and because it takes a lot of effort to do that. So you actually need to work on both of it. But at the end of the day, if you don't purify your mind, it doesn't matter how much you purify your body. Because your mind will continuously put in toxins through the feelings, put in toxins by actions taken, that it will just sabotage everything. So, top level, purify your mind. And then, how does medicine work? Well, medicine works through plants. Plants induce different feelings and different experiences, and those experiences basically allow you to heal. In terms of like, do I allow myself to feel what this plant is inducing me to feel. Like, for example, chocolate. It is well known that chocolate induces aphrodisiac effects, so it may induce me feeling sexy. However, it doesn't mean that if I eat chocolate, I will get myself in a sexy mood. No, it doesn't mean that. It means that I have this substance in my body which is likely to enhance my ability to feel this feeling. So it can amplify it if I choose to go that direction. But if I'm highly stressed and preoccupied on working on a project, chocolate will not work. Like, it's unlikely to work because my mind on a scale of where am I going is 9 out of 10 and chocolate is maybe 2 out of 10. Well, it's very unlikely to work. And for it to work, I maybe need to eat loads of chocolate. By that point, the negative effects of a chocolate may be overridden and basically it no longer works as intended. So, no black and white. What I love to do is I start working from my heart to my mind, get everything on board, and then the body and the substance. But you choose, all works, and basically listen to your heart, and your heart will tell what's the best approach for you specifically. And as I said, placebo nocebo, as you believe, so it shall be done for you. So if you create a strong belief, and strong belief is when it's quality and quantity and spirit of energy, that's what measures the belief. How strongly you believe, what do you believe, and how you feel about it. And that will allow you to heal. Very simple. And now, a shortcut. Because your body is naturally designed, healing is your natural state, and your body is naturally designed to heal. So why does it not heal? Because you're not allowing it. There's part of you is resisting the healing. And what I've found is that on a top level, what allows me to stay in a good feeling state is a state. And as Tony Robbins teaches, it's the state, then it's a story, and then it's a strategy. And what it means, first I get into a certain state, certain feeling, curious, grateful, loving, mischievous, angry, disappointed, sad. So I can choose whatever state I want to go into. As an actor, you're an actor. See it as that. You're an actor, you get to choose whatever role you want to play and whatever state you want to embody and enjoy. So you get, and by choosing the state on a top level, around this state will gravitate your thoughts, because your center, where you're centered in, and I always recommend you center around pure place in your heart. And depending on where you put your center, your point of reference, certain feelings, certain thoughts will gravitate around it. Certain thoughts will come into your mind, more likely. And there, the story will come automatically. I don't have to micromanage my thoughts from a good feeling state. It comes automatically. And I don't have to micromanage my facial expressions, my body language, and my expressions and my actions from a good feeling state. It comes automatically. Therefore, I like to preserve my energy, I like things easy, I like to live my life with ease, grace, and flow. Therefore, only thing I need to do is make sure, am I in a flow state? Am I allowing energy to flow? Because flow state, all it is, allowing emotion to flow, allowing energy to flow through me, for me. It is that simple. Am I in a state of allowance or resistance? You can feel that instantly. Allowing state is ease, flow, effortless. Resistant state is heavy, forcing, needing to do something of lack. And you get to choose which states you want to be in. There's no guilt and shame in finding yourself in any specific state. However, once you find yourself in a state, you get to choose. Do I get to keep it or change it? And for you to change the state, you need to have your heart on board. And how you work with heart? First, you ask. First step is ask, what do I want? And that's the simplest question. The most powerful and simplest question you can do is, what do you want? And if you know what you want gratitude, ask for that. How can I be grateful? And then you need to be open to hear the answer from your heart. If you're highly stressed, if your body is physically stressed, and there's this anxious energy, anger energy, it can be really difficult for you to hear whispers of your heart, especially if you haven't trained, especially if you don't know how to recognize the heart. Therefore, the most logical thing for you to do at that moment is to release that energy. Find yourself at peace, inner peace, body peace. Manage your stress. Go for a run. Find yourself in a still place where you can actually hear your thought. Sometimes you need to take an action, as I said, going for a run to get rid of the anger. Doing some physical exercise, dancing, shaking your ass, anything, breath work, focusing your exhalations to really regulate your nervous system, doing a yoga practice, very magical. Yoga is my favorite go-to tool for regulating my nervous system on a daily basis because it works on my body and nervous system, also on the subconscious mind, getting myself in any state I like, and then throughout the day I use more of a breath work and other tools. But you need to be open to hear by choosing and regulating your nervous system, working with yourself, and then finally commit to follow the guidance. Once you hear the answer, you need to act on it, you need to follow it. Physical action is required. So basically it's ABCs of heart. A, ask. B, be open to hear. C, commit to follow. Commit to take action. And it is as simple as that. And when I say heart, I mean pure place in your heart. Love, happiness, peace, bliss, fulfillment. And I don't mean any feeling. Yes, I acknowledge that every feeling comes from a pure place of heart and it comes with a gift. Ultimately, the gift is love, harmony. Harmony within, leading to harmony without. And importantly, I want you, whenever you go onto any journey, any allowance, it is important to be grounded in truth. And that's that center I said. So as you observe, first, get grounded in a truth that you're an observer. You're not your body, you're not your mind, you're not your emotions. It's just energy, emotion that you're observing. That's the truth. Another truth that you're soul and you're coming from pure place in your heart and love. So you are love. And your natural experience, a natural expression is that of love. However, it's not experience we always experience. However, we can always remind ourselves of truth. You are love. You are harmony. You are peace. You are prosperity. These are your natural states. You are flow. Flow state is your natural state. Allowing is your natural state. And consciously grounding yourself in this truth can be very beneficial and save you lots of time. So grounding, it's very important. Where do you ground yourself? Where do you find yourself centering yourself? And you want to keep yourself there. And then there are many systems out there and allow working with systems. And one of those systems is human design. Again, I could talk a lot about human design in general and how it could help you to follow your heart and intuition. Essentially, today I want to just focus on 5 different types in human design: generator, manifester, manifesting generator, projector, and reflector. So how do you follow your heart? For generators, you have loads of energy generally, and you get aligned by doing what you love. You physically do something. However, for generators, often you need to have someone who gives you that purpose, who sends you on a journey, what needs to be done, like helping other people with your abundant energy. And if you don't feel resonating with this description, ask yourself a question, why? And then ask yourself, have I ever in my life enjoyed helping other people? Have I ever been in this abundant energy and really loving to go and help other people? And if you have, you know it's true. And you know that healing can come through doing something, physically doing, getting in trenches, going and often with hands, doesn't matter. Physically using your body energy, doing stuff, because you have that bodily energy, singing, dancing, whatever that is. For manifester, it's more about initiating things, starting new projects, allowing that creativity to flow. However, also for manifestors, it's also acknowledging that you need help and telling other people about your intentions. So if there's one thing, if you find yourself being manifester, one thing that has helped me the most as a manifesting generator is letting other people know what I'm up to. For example, I have Magnetic Heart Challenge, and if you really want deeply to connect with your heart, I invite you to join this challenge. So my task is letting people know what I'm up to, what I'm creating. I'm creating this sacred space where you can really deeply connect with your heart and intuition with other like-minded soulful leaders. And if this is you, come join us. And manifesting generator. Manifesting generator is mix of manifester and generator. Best of both worlds, worst of both worlds. You have the energy to do the thing, so you can get aligned and heal to doing more of what you love to do. It's always about the balance. If there's circumstance in your life where you have to do something you're not enjoying, first, you can learn to enjoy it by attaching bigger vision, having purpose to it. That's one way of doing things. Or other one is just by increasing the amount of doing the things that you actually enjoy already loving to do. So you get to choose how I want to play it. It's always a balance. You get to choose, do I want to learn a bit more how to enjoy what I want to do? Do I want to increase the things I actually already enjoy? I want to do both, mix of things, up to you. As a projector is helping people, guiding people. You're innately are able to see patterns in other people, and you know how to lead people. You know how to help people. Often people come to you for help. And for you to be really in healing state, you need to allow that to happen. You need to allow other people come to you for help. And what drains you is trying to help people who are not receiving. So if you try to force your advice on someone else who is not willing to receive, it drains you. And you put yourself in a state of disease. So it's allowing yourself to help other people, but not forcing it. Not trying to drain yourself by giving advice to someone who is not ready to act on it. And for reflector, you're here basically to reflect back other people's emotions. That also means it's really important for you to stay connected with yourself. That means giving yourself alone time and so that you can recognize where you start and where you end. Because you're like a chameleon. You're going to the crowds and you blend in with everyone. And at those moments, if you are around the negative, toxic people, then you can start believing that you're negative and toxic, which is not the case. That's why it's important for you to allow yourself enough alone time where you can really tune in with yourself, feel yourself, and remember your divine nature as a reflector. And from this place, you can go into any environment and really feel good. This is the grounding in truth. You can be in a negative environment and still stay grounded in truth. Feel all the crap flowing through you and recognizing I'm a soul here. I'm just doing God's work here. Obviously, it makes sense to put yourself in conductive, harmonious environments in the first place. So some days when you don't feel as grounded, don't put yourself in negative environments. As simple as that. Choose an environment well and make sure you ground yourself well. So that will be the human design introduction, how to heal yourself. Allow yourself to feel good through human design. And finally, a few resources that I have found very resourceful and valuable for me to allow myself to feel good about myself. And first one is Science of Getting Rich. And key aspect of Science of Getting Rich is chapter Gratitude. Gratitude is your alignment with divine, and basically your alignment to get what you want and really appreciating life for what it is. So Science of Getting Rich, basically it's science of getting what you want. Whether it's health, whether it's money, doesn't matter. It will help you. It gives you a certain way to get what you want. And that's what I love about this book. Second is James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. This book gives you in a certain terms that your mind is a servant of your body and you need to purify your mind. It can be a bit aggressive in energy if you listen to it on a YouTube as an audiobook, and you might need to filter it out a bit. Essentially, it means purify your mind. Allow yourself to feel good and be mindful of your mind. And finally, Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. Essentially, this book teaches that love yourself and accept yourself. The more you accept yourself, more you will allow yourself to feel good and feel love towards yourself and essentially everyone else around you. And by allowing yourself to express and feel love, you will heal yourself. And it also gives you a short list of symptoms and how they connect with your emotions so you can genuinely heal yourself. So, in summary, you naturally are healing. Your body is designed to heal, your mind is designed to be in flow, and your mind is naturally designed to feel good. However, you can have some past limitations, programmings, even ancestor programming through your DNA that can make it appear that this is not the case. And that's okay. We work through it, we release it, and we return to our natural state of flow, allowing energy to flow. So, through allowance, through being present, through being grounded in truth that you are love, you are designed to heal, and believing that this is the case, by going through quality, quantity, and spiritual service and energy, by following your heart, you will heal yourself. So, listen to your heart and intuition. Ask yourself, what do you want? Listen to your answer. Take the step, follow your heart, and you will have it magical. You will heal. And you will be able to heal others around you because you radiate healing energy by feeling good, by feeling gratitude. So ask yourself, what do I want and how do I get it? Listen to your heart, follow it from state of flow, with ease, grace, and flow, and have it magical. If you like this video, please like it. If you have any questions, put them in comments and subscribe to this channel to allow other people to discover it. As I said, it's all on you. You create your magical reality, so you get to choose to have it magical.